to the grid. What's it feel like out there? This is awesome.
But how much do we know what's in his head?
Welcome to Paddock Uncut. Day 2 of winter testing here in Barcelona, and a lot of kilometres completed on track, including for this man behind me, Sebastian Vettel. And this is what winter testing is all about. The car comes in, the team shield it, so the rest of the pit lane can't see what's going on. What they could see, though, was the 4-time world champion go to the top of the timesheet once he'd put on the new, for 2016, purple marked Ultrasoft tyres. And he broke away from his lunch break to give his thoughts on the 2016 car.
Well, I think always when the car has more grip, it suits everybody's driving style. So, yeah, I think it's a step forward, this car, so it's positive. Also, I think the power unit has improved. So, yeah, still a lot of stuff that we know is coming, and we know we have to improve. But overall, for these 2 days, I'm fairly happy.
The impression we get from the outside is that Ferrari have made the biggest concept change of most of the teams. Are you happy with what they've done over the winter? It seems to be an awful lot of work's gone into making this, and in the last 12 months or so. You must be pleased with the work they've done.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of work that has gone into that car, not just over winter, but also before. It's a completely different approach and project. Outside you see some changes. Obviously the nose is very different, the front end of the car, but inside there has been a lot of changes as well. So I'm not going to touch on those, but as you can imagine, you try to improve and try to make the car faster overall. So yeah, a lot of people put a lot of sweat and talent in that car, so hopefully it turns out to be a good one.
Esteban Gutierrez managed 79 laps in the Haas, cementing the best debut of a team from a standing start since Toyota in 2002.
We understood the problem yesterday. We had a fix coming overnight and brand new news for this morning. So it's good reaction from the guys at Dallara, in the team and everywhere, you know, to get a new part and enable us to run properly today.
A new team for you. You signed up pretty early to Haas, to this team. What was it about them that impressed you so much?
It's the whole concept and the project behind, the idea behind the project. You know, they took their time. They came with a very strong partnership with Ferrari on most of the parts we can get on the regulation. So I knew the team would be new, but we shouldn't have too much problem of the normal new team. I liked the philosophy of Günther Steiner and Gene Haas. I met them, and a week later we had the contract signed, and everyone was, you know, happy. I felt a very warm welcome, and that was quite important for me. And he was a new adventure as well in my career, which I think helped me to become even better.
After the nose came off yesterday, you got out for another hour before the end of the day yesterday. How did the car feel around here?
I didn't feel as good as the morning. We missed a few parts in the afternoon, but generally the key is to get mileage. We're still a new team, so we need to understand how the car works and get as many laps as we can. So I think this morning we already done more than yesterday in the whole day, so that's a good start. Guys are working well, and so far everyone is happy.
You've got an American team, but there are a lot of English guys on board, aren't there, who've been in Formula 1 for a while. What's it been like joining the team so far, and what's the atmosphere been like around the team?
Yeah, the atmosphere is really good. Everyone is working well together. Everyone was very exciting yesterday to present the car, to get it out there on track. Yes, the owners are American, so there is a bit of that mentality, but then most of the guys are from England, from Europe. We've got the Ferrari guys, which are the Italian ones. So, you know, I think it's just a good mix of people that loves racing and that were very excited and very happy to have the car going out.
Gene Haas, team owner, has a couple of NASCAR championships under his belt. He knows how to win in motorsport. This year is going to be too soon for that championship, they've said already. But in terms of a target, what are you hoping for in the constructors and you personally?
Well, I think, you know, the target is to try to score points as early as we can. Is it going to be the first race, the second race, or the 10th one? I don't know. But the car felt good. The first impression were great yesterday. Esteban got the same comment this morning, which is good. And then we'll see a bit more after the winter testing where we are, and especially in qualifying in Melbourne.
It's a fantastic moment. It was a very special day for me. That installation lap was incredible to get a feeling of the car finally after a lot of months of preparation. So we can be very satisfied with the amount of laps we did today. The team did a great job, and I feel very grateful with all of them.
What's the atmosphere like in the team? We know it's an American team, but there are a lot of English guys as well with some Formula 1 experience in the team as well and based at Banbury. But what's the atmosphere like?
Well, it's been quite a challenge. The atmosphere is very positive. Everybody has really the right approach. But obviously, as a new team, we need to coordinate ourselves, and that is only with experience. So far, we have done a pretty good job. The guys are working day and night, really dedicated into the work and the targets and the goals that we have for this test, and which is to do as many laps as possible. So yeah, I feel very happy, and I feel that the rate of improvement will come up very smoothly for the following week.
McLaren Honda began the day making headlines with personnel changes. Out goes Yasuhisa Arai to work behind the scenes, and now in charge of the Honda F1 project is Yusuke Hasegawa, who was at the track for a handover. Jenson Button had handed the car over to Fernando Alonso for day 2, and he completed more laps in one day than in the whole of last season's 3 winter tests.
Well, I think it was a positive day. I think first thing to do in winter testing is to understand the package, and there are some innovative things in the car, especially for us in terms of aerodynamics and in terms of power unit. And all of them, they need time to mature the project and to become stronger. And things that we missed a lot last year, that we arrived in race 5 or race 6 and still discover little things. I think between yesterday with Jenson and today, the car did enough laps to have the first touch and the first understanding.
So you got 119 laps, that's more than you got in the whole of winter testing last year. How are you feeling going into this season then? Have you got a car that competes? Are you still going to have deployment issues? What's your feeling?
Let's see. I think first thing is to improve some of the reliability issues that we had last year. So I'm very proud of the team, the job that they have done in the winter. And now second step is to find the performance. But last year we could not do any of the things because we didn't have any. So I think at least one of them seems on the right direction. And the second thing, the performance, I'm sure that it will arrive because McLaren know how to produce a fast car, and Honda, whatever time it takes, it will produce a powerful engine. So I think it's a question of time when we'll be super competitive, and let's hope that we are at least competitive. I don't know if super, but at least competitive.
Happy tonight?
Yes.
I really am very hopeful of this year. Definitely, I think we can definitely do a strong year. I mean, when you look back and where we were last year at this time, it's a huge step forward. So I think the car performed well today. There's plenty of potential still in the car that we have to exploit. We have to try to get the maximum out of it. But I have to say I'm definitely looking forward to this year.
Yeah, because it looks new at the rear, but at the front it kind of looks like the same as last year's car. But the team is saying, what have they told you about what's still to come?
Yeah, there are a couple of things to come. We're still aiming to get them for Melbourne. If they don't come for Melbourne, hopefully they can come for Bahrain. It's just a matter of time right now. So, I mean, we have to work with what we have, and what the baseline that we have from this car it definitely shows good potential.
Is Force India the third quickest team?
I don't know. I hope so, but I don't really know. I mean, you have obviously Mercedes, which I believe they're the quickest team, and I hope we can be in the mix between the top 5. That will be great.
Daniel Ricciardo also tried out the Supersofts and joined Sebastian Vettel at the top of the timesheet. Sergio Perez's time was on the Supersofts and Nico Rosberg's was on the medium compound tyres, but it was within 0.2 seconds of his own pole lap here last year.
Yeah, it was a great day for sure. I was excited to get into the car again and to go flat out. And it was good. It was a real Formula 1 marathon today, you know, lots and lots of laps and kilometers, because at the moment that's what we need to do. We need to push the car to its limit, and in order to find the little problems on the car, you know, because at some point something will break. For now, nothing's broken, so we need to keep on going, do lots of laps, and then see where the weak points are. So that's quite successful at the moment. And then lap time wise, of course, it's not realistic where we are. We haven't shown our cards yet. We're still holding back. For sure, the car is quick. Of course, the opposition also seems to be quick, so how quick we are, nobody knows for now. But of course, we're confident. We have a real innovation on the floor. It looks quite futuristic, so I'm quite excited about that. And it's important for us to be innovative, you know, and to be always one step ahead of the others, because it's easy to copy afterwards, you know, and so when they see the things on our car, they'll take them and automatically go faster. So we always have to try and be one step ahead.
We did have our first breakdowns on track today, the Toro Rosso, the Renault, and just before the checkered flag, Sebastian Vettel stopped out at turn 3. But it had been a good day's running for Ferrari, and a happy-looking Vettel hands the car over now to Kimi Raikkonen for the next 2 days. You can see how he gets on and follow our live blog on skysports.com. Join me for Paddock Uncut at the end of day 3, or catch our live updates throughout the day on Sky Sports News HQ.
Enjoy Sky Sports F1 Live on all screens, on the go, and the best bits on demand.